Hi, this is Elizabeth Rohr. I'm doing my informative speech with a visual aid. I have talked my family into being my audience. No cards.
When do we get paid?
Alright, everybody eats. We're all taught from a young age that it's important to eat our fruits and vegetables, but we are all more than likely that child sitting at the dinner table, arguing with their parents, defiantly insisting that we didn't care if we were going to get dessert or not, we were not going to eat the broccoli. And I wonder how many of us would have been willing to actually eat the broccoli if we had been told why it was important for us to eat it. Not because mom and dad said we had to, but because it would help us lead healthy lives. Me personally, I probably still would have fought with my parents, tried to sneak the broccoli to my dog, and but I probably would have at least taken one bite of it. As an adult now, I'm actually more interested into why it's important to eat that little green vegetable that I found so offensive as a child. I've been on a quest within the last year to start making better life decisions, including exercising more and trying to make better choices when I eat, which is still a challenge for me because I'm a self-proclaimed junk food junkie, and it's also difficult when you're told that what's good for you yesterday is no longer good for you today. And so today I'm going to take a look at some of the changes that have been taking place in nutrition, give you a brief summary of what is currently good for you, and then give you an idea of where to start for a healthy nutrition plan. I'm going to be sharing with you my first experiences of learning about nutrition. Like I said, the current government issued recommendations for a healthy lifestyle, and then some plans that would make a good starting point. I remember first learning about nutrition in 3rd grade, and at that time they used the food pyramid to teach us, which at that time looked like this. That was almost 20 years ago, and since then the guidelines have undergone changes at least 4 times. The Department of Agriculture and the Department of Health and Human Services update the dietary guidelines for Americans every 4 years, with the most recent being in 2010, and we are going to expect the newest edition to be out by the end of the year. With the changes made to the dietary guidelines, the visual aids change as well, and in 2005 the food pyramid changed from this to this, and has actually changed so much in the past years that it is no longer a pyramid, but is in the form of a plate and is referred to as the My Plate program. And so now that we know why what's good for us keeps changing, we're going to take a quick look at the current recommendations for an optimum nutrition plan. Like I said, the guidelines are going to be changing again within the next month and a half. But we can still get a good idea of what is good for us. Individuals, according to these guidelines, should consume a variety of foods that will help you gain the key nutrients that the guidelines tell us that are important. And those key nutrients that the guidelines tell us that we really currently need are potassium, dietary fiber, calcium, and vitamin D. And this is, like I said, a very brief look at the what for a nutrition plan, and so now we're going to take a look at how and find a way to develop some strategies into having a nutrition plan. There are very many different ways to find the optimum nutrition plan for you. Every expert in the field has their own plan that they think is the best, and there are some that are targeted to specific markets, such as diabetic, low blood pressure, high blood pressure, all that. We're going to take a quick peek at 2 that I found in my research for this. The first one is from Dr. David Heber. He's the director at UCLA for the Department of Human Nutrition. He suggests the best way to get the key nutrients that are recommended by the dietary guidelines is to have a colorful diet, and the best way to get a colorful diet is to make sure that you are eating lots of fruits and veggies. The other one that I found comes from Chris Johnson, who is a nutrition and fitness expert, and he recommends sticking to the 80-20 rule, which is 80% of the time sticking to a healthy nutrition plan, making sure you're getting all of those key vegetables, fruits, proteins, all of that. And then 20% of the time allowing yourself to indulge in special treats such as ice cream, donuts, something like that. And the whole point of his this plan is to make sure that you avoid feeling deprived. And so now we've taken a look at why nutrition has changed. We've taken a look at some current recommendations and looked at what two experts in the field have to say. We learned why what's good for us keeps changing, what the government currently tells us is recommended for us, and like I said, 2 ways to start a healthy nutrition plan. And so now my question is, where do you fall on the health scale? Do you need to take a closer look at what you are eating? And I encourage you to take a look and to take your first steps towards a healthy life.